everyone. We have not done a sit down and chit chat in a long time. So today I am coming to do just that. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready for this. This is like, I'll say maybe like a story time chit chat, but I didn't want to set up the lights. I didn't want to do all that stuff, so I'm just gonna do it. I had a young lady or someone asked me about why did I decide to relocate to the US? What is the purpose, like what is the story behind that? Okay, so I came to the US when I was 17 years old. I came to go to the university. I'd known that I was going to come to the US to go to the university since my I believe SS1 GS3, and I'd already been preparing myself, taking all the exams and stuff, and it's just something that in my family, that's what we did. Regardless of me knowing that I was going to come and relocate to the US, my parents were very, very strict in terms of, they know that they told us that we have to pass all our exams, JAM, our classes, our SSC exam, that's the senior secondary common entrance. Is it common entrance? Yeah, all those exams to go into the next classes, to go into university in Nigeria. So basically, we had to take all those exams, even though we already knew that we're coming to, I already knew I was coming to the US, I already taken the classes, I already picked up my universities of choices in the US and things of that sort. But my parents were like, we still don't want you guys to feel so privileged. They always taught us that, even though you have different privileges, your parents can afford this, your parents can afford that, don't take it for granted. And that's the same thing that I teach my kids, that even though, if you want a new shoe, we can afford to get you a new shoe. If you want a new bike, we can afford to get you that. But don't feel that just because your parents can afford this, you should now be spoiled. We try to teach our children that you shouldn't be spoiled. So when my parents, that was back in, I'm going to age myself, back in the early 90s, I came here to go to college, and I went to a college in Indiana. And it was really strange because this was my first time coming to the US. I'd never ever been to the US. I was somewhere where I was all by myself. I didn't know anybody. And my first experience in the university was very interesting. I quickly realized that I was the youngest in my class. I just turned 17 when I started college, and I was the youngest. And I had a roommate at that time, not so friendly roommate. They were, I didn't have a good experience when it came to rooming with that person. I had a little bit of a issue where I had a thick accent, Nigerian accent, so it was like, hello, hi, my name is Shola, very thick and stuff, and some people couldn't understand me, but I had to adapt to it. So I quickly acclimated myself to the culture, acclimated myself to how they behave. I remember in my English class, English 101, when the teacher told us to write an essay, and I wrote an essay, very nice essay about my feelings towards smoking and all that stuff, and I made some mistakes. So when I wrote color, like COLOUR, she marked it wrong. She put a lot of typo. I had a lot of red paint all over my paper because I was using the British English, and so I had to learn from that. I couldn't understand the way some of my teachers talked, so I had to sit in front of the class. My classes were basically my main core classes were basically classes that a lot of girls weren't in it. For the first 2 years of my college years, my main core classes, I'm talking about the one for my major, okay, when I went to university, it was predominantly women and men. I was the only woman in my class for about a year and a half or so, and then the last year some other women also joined the course, and this was in the computer science and information processing course. So I had to quickly pick up myself and learn very fast. It was tough adapting, but I did adapt. I stayed focused. The main thing that helped me a lot when I came to university in the US was staying true to my faith, number one, staying true to my integrity, staying focused. I was not, even though I wanted to adapt to the culture, American culture, I did not want to be the culture. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to forget where I came from. I always remember that I'm a Nigerian. I don't want to start dressing the way that everybody around me dressed. I believe that I just had to stay focused on who I was because my parents were paying the money and I was not going to disappoint them. I tried to maintain a GPA of 4.0, which of course, getting on the dean's list was my goal every single school year. So I was happy that I was able to achieve that when I graduated. I graduated, with the good grades and with the 4.0 grade that I needed to achieve. So I did well. So I did my 4-year course. I learned the culture. I learned how to work with the system, and I learned how to keep myself true to my Nigerian culture, but also learn to get what I want in terms of learning about the culture. So that is one thing I always advise people when you're coming to the US. Don't say, oh, I'm in the US. Oh, now I'm a US. You forget who you are. You forget your culture. You don't want the people to even realize that you're Nigerian. You change everything about you. There's no reason for that. It is important to stick to who you truly are. And I find that the American culture, they actually appreciate that a lot. So when I did my 4-year college degree, I had a lot of interviews. I went on a lot of interviews. The key thing is when you do well in school, you have a lot of offers, job offers and stuff. So I did my practical training for a year with my company, and then they employed me, give me the papers and stuff. So that is another story for another day, papers, immigration, all that stuff. But this main story is just me coming to the US. Why I decided to come to the US was basically for educational purpose. Did I ever think that, okay, I'm just going to come for my education and go back to Nigeria? I didn't, and the reason why I didn't is because my other siblings didn't, and my siblings were here, so it's like, why will I, so, and it was just the way our family is. So I hope this answers your question. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this sit down story time, let me know down below. If you've not yet subscribed to DNVlogsLife, please subscribe. We would love to have you join our family, and also check out our natural hair channel, Discovery Natural, and we'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.